Welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I'm Jordan, and today we're going to do another Bunnahabhain. So this is back to back Bunnahabhain. Big fan. So this is their age-stated 12-year small batch, coming in at 46.3% ABV or 92.6 proof. Excuse me, that's never off. But we're going to leave that in because why not? So I think previously I said that a lot of their stuff is not peated. I'm going to retract that and say that maybe it's not that there's a lot of stuff that's not peated. They just definitely have non-peated stuff. And the things that are peated don't necessarily have that pronounced Isla-dominated smoky peat ripping through that flavor or nose profile. So it might be more a small accent in the background than anything. I believe this might be one of those, but we're going to find out. We're going to jump into this and see what we got going on, other than the fact that Bunnahabhain is just good. There's just no two ways about it. 12-year, single malt. Let's see, does this say anything about... Doesn't say anything about the cask. I was just looking quick to see if it was, sherry cask finished or what the deal was. But didn't say at first glance there, and I'm not about to sit here and just look and look and look. So we're just going to dive right into this because I'm actually just excited to get into another one. Now, I will say on the nose that it does smell like it was in a sherry cask of some sort. Very fruity, very dark fruit on the nose. I'm going to warm it up just a touch because it wasn't actually jumping out of the glass all that much. Little seaside brine, that salty ocean spray, low tide, seaweedy kind of smell. Butterscotch is coming through pretty hard. I'm actually going to retract that sherry cask because I'm getting fruit, but it's lighter. It's not the same. If it is, it's a different kind of sherry cask than some of the other ones I've had. How about that? The nose is pretty subtle, pretty deep in the glass. It's not really jumping out all that much. The brininess is coming through the most. A little bit of light fruit. Not getting any smoke on the nose. Now that was fruity, but kind of a plum. Where it was fresh, not dried fruit. Well, let's see what the taste comes about with. Simple, yet dense. Had a solid palate all the way through, start to finish. It was kind of just 2 or 3 notes, but it was very dense and oily and clingy, start to finish. There was no watery thinness in there anywhere in the flavor profile. But it was sweet, fruity, sugary, like candied, almost. I'm trying to come up with some descriptors for it. It tastes like maybe like an apricot dipped in brandy, something like that maybe, or drizzled with honey over the top. Something along those lines where it's kind of like a dried apricot drizzled with honey. Let's go with that. Maybe dipped into a brandy. Something along those lines is where it was. Because you got some ethanol in there. You got just this nice sweet fruit, honey, maybe caramel in there, a little butterscotch. The nose really hasn't changed a ton, but is amped up a little bit just as far as sweet notes. Just smells sweet. Going back in for a second. Might get like a toffee or a toasted nuttiness kind of in the middle or on the finish, along with that sweet apricot, honey kind of flavor. Really, really nice. Really, really well put together. A dense flavor profile. but it's kind of just like a couple of small 1, 2, 3 notes that are just kind of drug out to the point where they're not super definitive. They just easily move from one to the next, so it's hard to kind of parse out individual tasting notes. Kind of all those things all at once, finishing with a little bit of ethanol, not a ding, but an ethanol heat, warmth at the end. A little bit of spice on the tongue from the ethanol. Might call it a black pepper. Um, just excellent. Just really well put together, really well balanced, and a very nice, dense flavor profile from start to finish without any dead spots in the profile. It just constantly keeps moving forward from start to finish without there just being a dead spot in there. I really like it. Really, really like it. Um, Good, nice, easy sipping whiskey. Starting to get a little bit sweeter, even more sweet in the nose. Last sip just because it's in there and I like it. Yeah, just that nice, sweet fruits, honeys, caramels, butterscotches, all that good stuff mixed together, and just the smallest touch of brininess in there, and maybe a little bit of toasted nuts. It's excellent. Really, really like it. Picked this up on my travels up in Montana for $60.85. Probably a little bit more expensive than you can find it for in a lot of areas. But again, I have not seen Bunnahabhain anywhere locally ever, and so when I do see stuff, I pick it up. But I was able to get the smokier one, that Toy Ticha Daha or whatever it is. I don't know. My Gaelic sucks. But that was only $55.99, so $5 cheaper, uh, and it's a much richer flavor profile as far as it offers many more notes. So something to think about. But hey, for that price, for $60, not bad at all. I would gladly buy it again. It's an excellent whiskey. I encourage you to go out if you haven't ever had a Bunnahabhain. If you're not okay, so if you're not into Scotch and you're into bourbon, um, and you tend to go that way, I'd highly suggest picking up something like this or like the Stewart that I did before. Go check out that video. Or the Dalwhinnie, because not all scotches are smoky. Most people think that scotch is smoky, peaty, whatever, and the reality is well over 70% of the scotches out there are not actually smoky. But some people can conjure up smoke even in things that aren't smoky, like my brother. I've let him have some of my monkey shoulder in the past because it's sweet, easy drinking, whatever. And he's like, "Oh, I could taste the smoke." I'm like, "No, you can't, because there's no smoke in there." Um, so a lot of people mentally already have this thing about scotch, that all scotches are smoky and peaty and whatever else, and they're not. This one, I think you might be able to pull out some smoke and peat. I could not find it. But again, you kind of have to hit me with a blast furnace in order for me to get um, smokiness when, especially I've already done several reviews already, so my mouth is already kind of acclimated to the different things. But like smoke, just it goes away pretty quick for me. Like I really like what it brings to the table, but I also like that there's a lot of complexity behind a lot of smoky whiskey. So something to think about. So if you're into bourbon and stuff, or even brandy, actually, now that that rolled off my tongue, highly suggest you check something out that's like this or similar to this, if not this one. Um, so this Bunnahabhain is a, did I say 10 or 12? 12. Small batch, excellent whiskey. Check it out. Drop in the comments down below what you can find it for in your area. I'd be interested in seeing how available it is. Like I said, here in Wyoming, I have not seen Bunnahabhain on the shelves anywhere. And I've been all over the state, and we just don't see stuff too often like that. And yeah, let me know what your experiences are with it, whether it's good, bad, or otherwise. Maybe I'm off my rocker. That's always a possibility when it comes to these whiskey reviews. I think I got things kind of dialed in, but um, I'm not gonna make a 40-minute video, and I'm not gonna do a ton of editing where maybe I sit and pick apart a whiskey for 40 minutes and we talk about the finer things. But if you do that, you probably come up with a fair bit more than what I do just in these quick little one-offs. But hopefully you're getting something out of this. Like, comment, subscribe. If you are, hit that notification bell. If you're on BitChute watching this, videos come out Wednesdays and Saturdays. If you're on YouTube, videos only come out on Saturdays. And this video being recorded in October 2022 will probably not come out on YouTube until 2024, maybe even further down the road than that. Who knows? So go ahead, do yourself a favor, jump over to BitChute, where videos are dropping more frequently, and this video will probably come out early 2023, I imagine, if not beforehand. So check it out. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks for watching. As always, have yourselves a great day. We'll catch you in the next video, and maybe you'll have yourself a Bunnahabhain by then. Take care.